What's good, everybody? Happy Tuesday. Hope your week is going really, really well. It's Travis. It's my name. Welcome. We're going to open some packs today. Welcome to Box Breaks, where we open some of your favorite card games together. Comix Cafe, we're going to open up packs anyway, and so we decided we wanted to share that experience with y'all, help you to see what it is that we open. You can, during this video, if there's something that you want, and you're going to be able to come get that from Comix, then go ahead and claim. Go ahead and tell us that you want it. You will do that by simply commenting down below. You can also hit up our Discord channel, find me on the YouTube promos section of that channel, and let me know what you're looking for. You can do that those ways. You can also do it. I prefer you not try to do it in the live chat, but you can if you'd like. We try to catch those as well. But we're back into opening Phyrexia AWBO. We got some set boosters back in, and so we're gonna open those up. I'm showing you this card. This is the card that I pulled out of a few packs that I was able to purchase. And man, this card has been. Have you ever like opened a pack and you get a card and you're like, I really feel like I should build something around that, or I should include that in something I already have? Well, it was funny because this card came out, and then the new Phyrexia AWBO one of the commander deck that's not as popular, the white-red one, Boros with a lot of equipment, or not equipment, a lot of tokens. And obviously, I don't know if you can read that, but Dominus loves playing with tokens. And so I've been thinking about building that deck. I haven't pulled the trigger yet, but this card is kind of inspiring the topic of our video today, and that is a couple things. Number one, I love weird words, and I love trying to figure out the etymology of words, like where words come from. And Dominus is one of those words that kind of struck me as strange. And I was like, it sounds like it's a real word. It doesn't sound like it's a made-up word. And sometimes Magic does just make up words, but a lot of times their names come from. They have some kind of etymological root. They have something where you can go back and you go, okay, that's where that word came from. Well, Dominus is a Latin word. Dominus means Lord, Master, sometimes owner. It is, if you've ever been owned in a game of Magic where someone has destroyed you, like utter decimated, just dominated the entire game. They were in that way kind of your Dominus that round. The Domini is the plural form of Dominus. I know you're sitting there going, wow, you really went really far into this. I did a little bit. It's okay. It's one of those things. Not only am I a card game nerd, but I'm a Bible nerd. I'm a words nerd. I love to jump in and learn new words, and that's why I have kind of a fascination with like etymological roots and things like that. So, and it's not just a reason for me to use that big word. And it made me kind of dive in a little bit and think about what are some interesting things about words in Magic. So I'm going to share this one fact up right off the top. So have you ever thought about the fact that Magic is translated into, at this point, 11 languages? And so I have a hard enough time, getting my thought across in one language, let alone trying to do it in 11. So you imagine taking all of these cards that have these interesting words and titles and trying to translate that. Well, there's this one funny story from, it was the Tempest? No, maybe not the Tempest set. Anyway, I forget the name of the set. Anyway, but the card is called Yawgmoth's Agenda. And so when that card was... Invasion. When that card was translated into Japanese, if you were to go back and run it back through Google Translate, from Japanese to English, it would have said Yawgmoth's Day Planner. And I think there's probably more stuff like that. As a matter of fact, if you have something like that you know of in Magic the Gathering and you want to share, type that down in a comment. Make sure you hashtag it Comix Cafe so you can be in on the drawing next week. But tell me what your favorite word is, or the kind of strange, maybe there's a translation thing that you've become aware of with a Magic card. But words, they're pretty cool. speaking of drawing, I think you can probably see these cards laying out right here. It's time for us to, let me pull up my drawing wheel. So you may notice something about this drawing wheel. Not a lot of suspense about who's going to win. Mrs. Kimberly. She did comment thrice. She commented 3 times, but you only get you get credit for 1 comment, and so, but that 1 comment was enough because there weren't any other comments. So she won right out of the bat, right out of the gate. So congratulations, Mrs. Kimberly. Feel free to pick whichever color. I think I already know. Usually we go with pink, but feel free to pick the color and feel free to pick the A or B, and those will be set aside and waiting for you up at Comix Cafe for you to pick up. Congratulations. Thank you for watching and commenting. You know, if you like the content that we do here, you can comment just like Miss Kimberly did. You can watch, which is great. If you can like it, you can subscribe, you can share the content. There's all kinds of links down below if you want to support our content by going to our TCG player page and buying something there, or going to our website, coming to an event, get on our meetup so that you can know when our events are coming up. There's all kinds of ways to do that. So we appreciate you all and your support. We're nearly at 120 as far as subs right now. We do have a sub giveaway at 150, which includes Digimon for starter decks for Digimon, including the not yet released next Digimon deck that's coming out. So keep that in your back of your mind. We have a 200 sub giveaway, which is the Omni Hive 1000 plus Xeno skin storage box, which is really, really sweet. So there's those things that are kind of out there on the horizon, but this guy's sitting right in front of us. So what do you think? What do you think about the Dominus cards? Do you think that they are, in fact, worthy of that title, Dominus? Are they dominant? Do they take over games? It's funny how there's cycles of cards in each set. And Dominus is one of those. That's interesting. The packs were all kind of shifted around. So there's cycles within. So there's land cycles. There's different card cycles. And so the Dominus cycle has been an interesting one. Which one is your favorite? There's one for each basic land color / type. Red, white, green, black, and blue. Which one's your favorite? And then we'll see if we can't pull your favorite today. There's our insert card. There's Elish on one side. There's Vraska and Jace on the other side. Should we put our Dominus out here to remind us of what exactly it is we are looking for? Looking for some Dominus. Matter of fact, you know, if we don't pull Dominus, I'd be okay with that, as long as we pull some other good stuff. Let's get into it. Let's see what we pull. Here we go. Oh my goodness. I think I'm out of practice. Oh! Is there a pull tab on these? Yes, there is. I feel like a big dummy sometimes when there's a pull tab and I'm not using it. Like when I was a kid and I would lean against a pull door. Anybody else do that as a kid? Lean against a pull door. There we go. Koth, Fire of Resistance. Not a bad start right out of the gate. Pulling a Planeswalker. Speaking of Planeswalkers, what is the new... there's a new style of play where your Planeswalker acts as your commander, and then you get to give your Planeswalker a signature spell that they get to use. There's a Soulless Jailer. But the deck is not a 100-card deck. I think the deck is like a 60-card deck, including your Planeswalker and your signature spell. Your signature spell is actually available to your Planeswalker anytime you can actually cast the spell. So it kind of gives the Planeswalker, in addition to their loyalty abilities, I forget about the tab again. In addition to their loyalty abilities, it gives them a little bit more kind of firepower, so to speak. It can be an instant or a sorcery. It's kind of interesting. It's called Oathbreaker. It's an interesting style of play. I'm wondering if it will... That's kind of cool. Drowned Ichor. There's the Azuri Stalker of Spheres. Very nice. Oh, there we go. That's interesting. We pulled the Azuri Stalker of Spheres, and we pulled the Oil Slick version as well. Or is that the... What are they... Is that, that's not Oil Slick. Ichor version as well. Azuri Stalker of Spheres. Very interesting to pull those back to back. What are the odds? What are the odds of doing that? That's a cool art card. What is that art card? Phyrexian Vindicator. Okay, I see which way is up now. Sometimes with those art cards, it's hard to tell which way is up. So, 3 packs, 4 rares. It's not too shabby. These set boosters have a possibility of, I think, 4 total rares per pack. Very unlikely. Tablet of Completion. Very nice. I think that's correct. I think 4 rares is possible. I think that does include, you're going to have to pull a rare in the list slot as well. Okay. Yeah, these are going to make me use the pull tab. They are pretty hard to open otherwise. Oh. We go. Our rare is going to be Ovika, Enigma Goliath. Wow, that's very interesting looking. Another Phyrexian Nightmare. Prosthetic Injector. That's pretty cool. That's a pretty sweet artifact. I'm always Surgical Skullbone. I'm always into the 1-drop cards. It's interesting how much power a card can have with only 1 mana cost. More than you would expect. At least I suspect that's the case. Alright, there's our first list card. Vile Requiem. Very cool. Not a rare, but still a pretty cool card. Oh, there we go. First Mythic. So we had the Tablet of Completion. Now we have the Staff of Completion. Okay, very nice. We're not doing too shabby right now. Not seeing any Domini. There's our first foily Phyrexian land. Very neat. Nor are we seeing any of the big hits. Elish Norn, obviously. Atraxa has turned out to be a really, really sought-after card in this set. Jorkadine. Very nice. Oh, there we go. We got one of our Commander insert cards. Niali, Sun's Vanguard. It's a double rare pack. Like those. We like the double rare packs. So it's one of those packs where you feel like you're getting more than your money's worth when you pull double rare like that. It's not all about the value, but there's a lot of good feels when you pull. Okay, so in our foil slot there, we got the Evolved Spinoderm rare. That means we're going to guarantee at least 2 rares in this pack. Red Sun's Twilight. Okay, that next slot was potentially a rare as well, but we didn't pull one, so that's another double rare. Double tap pack. Not too shabby. We're not being as slow and meticulous about these packs as we are, or as we have been in the past with this. We've seen this set a little bit, and so a lot of the stuff we've already seen, we're already aware of. Okay, so we got a list card from not that long ago, but man, that's a great card. Old Gnawbone. This guy pumps out treasure tokens when a creature you control deals combat damage to a player. So man, great, great, great card. There's Norn's Wellspring. Secondary rare in that pack. So another double tap. That Old Gnawbone has pretty good value as well. Very good. Okay, let me slide these over just a bit. There we go. We'll clear it out once we get through our first of 3 stacks here. I believe I distributed the stacks evenly. They were a little uneven. The cards have shifted around a little bit. In Transport, Urbrask's Anointer. Zenith Chronicler. Alright. And don't sleep on some of these commons and uncommons. There's actually some decent commons and uncommons in these more recent sets. All right, I'll slide these guys out of the way. We'll come back and look at them here in a little bit. We'll just leave that stack there. That stack kind of boiled down to its rares and its mythics. Some uncommons and things that I could have pulled out of there at the time, but I'll wait to do that. All right, got the little mini game in there. Venomous Brutalizer, Conduit of Worlds. Kind of like a less powerful version of Crucible of Worlds. Powerful nonetheless, it's decent. There's our first gold stamped art card. Meld Webbed Curator. Very cool. Okay, some of those stamped art cards actually hold some value, which is interesting. A lot of times it's full art land stuff because people will just, or full art, the land art, they will just use those in place of land. And I haven't seen too many places have a lot of problem with that. And obviously you're not going to be able to do that in like actual competition, but Argentum Masticore. But if you're in a casual group, it looks kind of cool to have a land that doesn't have anything on the front of the cards, just the art. And there are, the lands that are full art, I think are, at least the basic lands, are pretty easily distinguished. Like you can tell pretty easily what kind of land it is. Okay, so we got another dragon from an old set that deals with tokens. Man, we're pulling token love out of this pack. Gold Spawn Dragon. Or Gold Span Dragon, rather. There's a Mythic. And then there's a Skrelv's Hive. Rare. Oh, triple tap. Malira the Living Cure. Okay, triple tap in this pack. That's pretty awesome. I'd like to see that. And a gold signature. That's a second gold signatured art card in a row. That was a really good as far as rarity goes. Plus that Gold Span Dragon is pretty sweet. Okay, so Gold Span Dragon loves tokens. It's a red card. It would go really good in that red-white commander deck I was talking about earlier that Mondrak Glory Dominus would go in. Kaido Dancing Shadow. Very cool. It's our Planeswalker in this pack. Got another Ecor artwork card. I think that's what those are called. Is it Ecor what they're called? Tell me in the chat or in the comments down if is that am I remembering that name correctly? It's been a minute since I've opened Phyrexia 1. It's like Meldweb Curator. Black Cleave Cliffs, not bad. Take those double lands. Check lands. They're always fun, always playable. Now, if it had been the red-white one, might have been like, all right, let's go. Jump in. Sinew Dancer Foil. White Suns Titan. Furnace. When I see White Suns Titan, or any of the Suns things, I think of the Zenith cards. Or the Sun Titan. It's like the Sun Titan and the White Sun Zenith got together on a collaboration project and made something that's meh, not terrible, not great. Alright. Tamio's Logbook. Merciful Spell Dancer. Interesting card. Thought for a second it was, I forget the name of the card now. Maybe we'll come across it. Is that the green? Yeah, Green Sun's Twilight. We may come across that card. I was thinking it was here in a little bit. It's the blue card that gives your Planeswalkers a 0 loyalty ability. Like all the Planeswalkers you control, they get a 0 loyalty ability. That's pretty cool. Alright, we're getting a lot of this black and white art cards. They're pretty cool. There's a list card, Detonate. Not terrible. Phyrexian Arena, sweet, nice card. Vran Executioner Thrain. It's a double tap pack. Double rare. Plus the list card, which is pretty sweet. So we had an opportunity there for a triple tap, but we didn't pull the rare. There's Kaido Dancing Shadow. It's an interesting art card. Again, it's a lot of the art cards, because there's no orienting border or text. Sometimes it's hard to determine, okay, which way is up, which way is down. All right, there's a list card, Phyrexian Battleflies. It's from the Invasion set I was talking about earlier with Yawgmoth's Day Planner. Razor Verge Thicket. There we go. All kinds of. I'm sure there's all kinds of weird stories out there. It's interesting when you just kind of get in and kind of read, how certain cards were created, or there were sets that, I think it was Cold Snap was created in 6 weeks, which is just bonkers. You might go, yeah, that makes sense. If you look at the Cold Snap set, you're like, yeah, that makes sense. That was made in 6 weeks. That explains a lot. There's the Obliterator. Very nice. Into Kaido Dancing Shadow. Okay, so a double tap rare. We've seen 2 Kaidos in this stack now. We've seen the regular Kaido, and then we've seen the, what is that, Full Art Ecor. Minor Misstep. That's a fun uncommon. Decent value. I think everyone thought it was going to be Mental Misstep 2.0 when they heard the name. Alright, here we go. We're going to slide these guys off to the side. You know what I never realized? I don't know if you see that. Is that a panda next to Kaido? It looks like a panda. I'm going to say it's a panda. If that's a panda, wait, is there a panda in the regular one? Oh, no. It's the raccoon thing that's with him. There it is. Huh. It really totally looks like a panda in the black and white artwork, though. Which kind of makes sense, since pandas are, in fact, black and white. Alright. Here we go. There's Unctus Grand Architect. Goliath Hatchery. Double tap rare pack. I think we also have a stamped art card. Oh, there's a foil Phyrexian Island and a stamped Koth. That is sweet. And I think, if I remember correctly, does Koth create a token, an emblem? Yeah, you get an emblem, so you could use that as your emblem. Matter of fact, I'm going to put that with him, because that is really, really cool. I love the fact that people use those art cards for emblems. The reality is, emblems can sometimes be really, really hard to find. Like, I was trying to find all the tokens and emblems and stuff that some of my commander decks use. Man, some of those were just super difficult to find. There is a Kethic Crucible Goliath, foil rare. Oh, Big Daddy, Atraxa Grand Unifier. Big hit of this opening so far. I'm going to put Atraxa over there so you can keep an eye on her. That is the big hit in our opening so far today. Is that Vraska? Vraska's Betraying Sting artwork. Kind of cool. Yeah, that's the big hit. I feel like we've pulled Atraxa, if not every time, most every time we've opened a set booster box. I feel like that's the case. I know we've done it at least twice. Monument of Perfection foil. The Monumental Facade. Land Sphere. Triple tap. Serum Sovereign. Into... Oh, I thought we were going to get our first quad tap. Not our first quad tap. We've had a couple triple taps, though. That's pretty cool. There's our Dominus, our Glory Dominus Mondrak. Interesting card. Just the art itself is wild. had a mouth in the middle of it. And those eyes off to the side. It's throwing off some Jar Jar Binks vibes. But a much more terrifying version. I hope I didn't trigger you by bringing up Jar Jar Binks. My bad if I did. You know what I realize is I cannot see my chat. I don't know if anybody's chatting. Nope. Okay, no one's chatting. All right. Felt bad if I was ignoring you. All right, here we go. Got a list card that's a mythic. Soul of New Phyrexia. That's pretty appropriate to pull out of this set. Soul of New Phyrexia, mythic. Man, 5 and permanents you control gain indestructible until end of turn. Of course, it's you got a 6 casting cost. Wow. Wow. Very cool. So like a Skull Bomb. There's a Glissa Sunslayer rare. It's a triple tap at least. Graza Unstoppable Juggernaut. Nice. Triple tap rare pack. I guess 3 or 4 triple taps we've had. Very good. There's the art card for Capricious Hellraiser. Should not do either. Should not be either of those things. Don't be capricious. Not even sure if I know what capricious means. But certainly don't be Hellraiser. Alright. There's a poison counter, but who's counting, right? If you're playing a poison deck, you are counting. Moment again. Monument of Perfection. Single rare pack. That is okay when you factor it in. Several tripper. There is the Black Sun's Twilight. Notice how it's got the little Phyrexian symbol on the inside. Yeah. And then it looks like shielded. That's shielded at the top of it. That's what it looks like, at least. So the art flavor, I don't know how much sharing there is between artists, but just the general form and stuff of characters in the game. I love how they translate across sets and different artists. There's a Myrix. Single tap rare pack there. Transplant Theorist. Thrill of Possibility. There we go. And there's a... Who is that? Nahiri the Unforgiving. Art card. Pretty sweet looking. Alright. Rolling right along. So there's always... Oh, what just happened? Oh, there it is. There's always packs to be opened. I love the fact that we get to share that experience with y'all. Oh, Venerated Rot Priest. Yes, sir. That's a good... Like I said, that's a one-drop card, but the amount of power in that one-drop card is pretty good. I mean, pretty insane. Toxic 1, and whenever a creature you control becomes the target of a spell, target opponent gets a poison counter. I mean, come on. Obviously, that's going to draw the crosshairs first, because you don't want to have that happen multiple times, but man, pretty brutal. Give that guy Shroud, so you can't target him. This is weird. Like, list card, Terimco Griffin. It's basically a vanilla, but it's not, because it has banding. Okay, I will give you a firm handshake if you can tell me right off the top of your head what banding does in Magic the Gathering. But it's a list card, and they reprinted it. I couldn't tell you why, though. Just so they said they could, because they said because they could. Hey, there we go. There's our first Dominus. That's the green Hunger Dominus, Zoppendrel. So this one gives at the beginning of each of your combats double the power and toughness of each creature you control until end of turn. So that's super strong, especially if you're playing it. You know, green likes to play giant creatures, and just making those double giant creatures is just terrifying. There's the Rat King. Alright, 2 packs left. We're getting down to that last pack magic, or that last magic pack, whichever it is. we're rolling. Pulled some really good cards, some decent cards. Pulled a lot of rares. Black Sun's Twilight. Pulled the art card for that one earlier. There's our Phyrexian Forest. It's amazing how devalued full art cards are becoming at this point. How much lower they are than when they... Remember back in the day, man, to get a full art card, you're going to spend $3 to $5, maybe more. Especially if it's foil. If I forget about it. But Metatron Elite. Unblockable as long as it's enchanted. What? Oh man, that could be pretty broken. And an Enchantress deck? Much? Glissa Sunslayer into Rhea Ivor Bane of Bladehold. Double tap rare pack to end it for us. And our last art card is Elish Norn, Mother of Machines. That's the namesake. That's the art that's on the front of... actually, it's not. It's close to the art. But on the art on the front of the box, her arms are down. And her arms are not down. And that thing behind her head is not lit up on the front of the box. But there you go. If you need an Elish Norn token, hit your boy up. Make sure you get your hands on that. Alright, let's go through. Let's take a look. I think probably our big hits. I think that Rock Priest is up there. I think the Hunger Dominus is up there. I'm not sure about some of these list cards. Let's just go through real quick. Let's just take a look. Okay. Pull this up here so you can see it a little bit better. There's the Soul of New Phyrexia. Kind of cool. Put the mythics down there. Pulled a couple of those monuments to perfection. Pulled a couple Kaidos. There's the Obliterator. Nice card. Pulled some of those check lands. There's a Phyrexian Arena. Another check land. Another Kaido. Pulled that Gold Span Dragon, which is pretty amazing. And also the old Gnawbone. Half of our mythics are going to be, maybe not a full half of our mythics, but a lot of them are going to be list cards. Maybe a full half. We'll have to go back and double check that. And there's the Koth with the foil stamped art card that you could use for an emblem. Let's see. Let me look real quick. So we got Zoppendrill and we got Atraxa, which are also mythics. But of the 6 mythics that we've got right here, 3 of them are list mythics. So 3 list and 5 from the set mythics. That's very interesting. Don't know if I would have thought that would be the case. But I would say it's a pretty good opening. Not bad. Obviously, you're opening set boosters, so you're not going to pull... I'm going to pull this guy out of frame now since he's not for sale. He's mine. But, yeah, that's a pretty good... Especially when you get right here. These 2 dragons are token terrors. So, very cool. Okay. Well, that's our opening today. I hope you had a good time watching, and if you want to get your hands on any of these cards, make sure that you comment down below or catch me on our Discord, and we'll make sure that we set those aside for you to purchase and pick up at the store. We're at Comix Cafe in Tomball, Texas. You can find us on Facebook. You can find us on YouTube. Obviously, you're here. Please go back, watch some of our other videos. Tell us what content you like. If there's anything, if you have suggestions, we always are trying to tweak and change things to make it better. Like when we put our comment picker wheel, now today it was one name. But all you gotta do is comment, hashtag Comix Cafe down below this video, and you can be in on the drawing next week. And your name can be spinning around and potentially winning something from Comix Cafe. All right. It's been real. It's been fun. It's been real fun. Have a good rest of your week. If you're into Pokemon, catch me on Thursday. We're going to be opening some Scarlet and Violet. We have a sealed booster box we're going to open up. So I'm super pumped. I'm excited to get into that. All right. Y'all have a great day. See you later. Peace.